Greetings friends, welcome back to my channel, Fit to Love Me with Love Fuller. I'm Love and I am here with a kind of a diary of a truth walker, kind of a chat video. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So it would be cool to say, Dear Diary. Dear Diary, we have received wonderful news that is going to change our lives forever. Alie, my daughter Alexis, who's my only child, who's lived with me for 18 years, has been my sidekick. She has gone with me everywhere, around the world and back, but ever since my evolution, you know, all the way through my evolution as an adult, Alexis has been there. I had her when I was 24, but that's, you know, very soon after you graduate from college. So we found out today that she's going to be moving onto campus tomorrow. I mean, so we were very blessed. I mean, to have, I want to say, manifested this in our lives. You know, I would say we are blessed to be experiencing this in our lives. We didn't know what was going to happen when school starts Monday, where she's going to be at school, because Alexis applied for lots of several different schools around, and she was accepted to almost every school she applied to. She mostly applied to liberal arts colleges, smaller colleges that are they usually tend to be more well endowed, have more money to offer students. And yeah, so she applied for a lot of those schools, and she got into almost all of them, if not all of the schools that she applied to. And she also received scholarships from all the schools. But it's still, those schools are so expensive, and school in general is so expensive, that it still ended up leaving lots of money on the table. So for some reason, Alexis was under the impression that this one school came in, it was the last school she applied to. It was her last hurrah before she was going to apply for, you know, community college. And it was a school here, local school, and she just put in the application, and they came back with a really large number, you know, in terms of what they were offering her. And at first she was like, oh my gosh, it's only gonna cost, well, yeah, at the time we thought it was gonna cost $6,000 a semester. So we were like, okay, this is the one for us to move forward with. So that's interesting, because now it's going to only cost us $3,600 a semester. So yeah, basically, you know, she even got more scholarships after that, because that wasn't, I don't think we were considering housing at the time, because we didn't know she had to live on campus. But then when we found, so everything was paid for, and so then we found out that she has to live on campus, and so that ended up being $6,000 something, and you know, still out there. Anyway, we didn't want to pay that for housing, $12,000 a year for housing. You know, that's gonna make her be in debt, because we don't have $12,000. I'm sorry, it was semester, $12,000 a semester for housing. Well, why was it gonna be $12,000 a semester? I guess it was $12,000 a year. Yeah, $12,000 a year. And yeah, we don't have that cash to pay for that or whatever. It's extra, you know, in our budget, or sitting around somewhere. So she would have had to take loans, and just at the time, it felt just a random school that doesn't even have particularly high rankings or anything. It's just, you know, a school, and to pay all that money. Yeah, so, but anyway, we went on a college tour. But we have been in the appeals process, because it is local, appealing, trying to get them to let her live on campus, you know, live at home, because if she were to live at home, then, or not have to live on campus, then it would be completely free. That means her whole entire education is completely free. So even though it's almost a random school that's not you know, some big school of her dreams, or you know, particularly like strong in her major, or like has this particularly high in academics. So you know what I'm saying? Like some reason that you're going to pay $12,000 to go to school, to a school out of your pocket, like where you're going to be in debt and come out that's like $50,000 in debt for undergrad. Like you have to have a reason, like other than that, have to pay for housing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, because the thing is that, listen, it's tough to get out of debt. It's tough. It's tough to get out of credit card debt. Imagine like you're starting off your life in the negative. It's like people who have their college paid for and don't have to take out loans are starting at least at a foundation, you know, as opposed to being like buried. People who don't have to worry about that, like meaning like people who have money on top of that, where their parents are able to like give them like, you know, a down payment on their house or whatever kinds of things that, you know, or they have an inheritance or whatever these things, kind of things that people pass down to their children. They help them get, you know, ahead. So we have this concept that it's like, oh, I pulled myself up by the bootstraps, but where did you start? You know what I'm saying? Did you, you know, and it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not saying that people can't excel at whatever area level that they start on, but it's like, don't knowingly move yourself like to a place like starting ground after college where you're buried. Someone else is, you know, at least on level ground, and someone else is starting because they have more means and more opportunities and more connections or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Don't start off buried. You know, just don't start off buried, like knowingly for some random school when there are other options. There's a gap year option. There was, you know, community college option, working options, taking this time to realize that, okay, I really needed to apply for scholarships and, you know, apply for scholarships. I'm a good writer. Apply for scholarships. So we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what was going to happen. And school starts Monday. We literally didn't know what was going to happen. So, like, where she was going to be. Like, where she was going to be. Because, like, today we just had to turn in our paperwork for the community college. Like, finish our paperwork for the community college. So, you know, we don't even know what the registration process is with that. So we're just going to find out. You know, we were going to just proceed and find out. And because we're proceeding on both schools, like, you know, she wrote, you know, a petition for them to waive that rule. She wrote, you know, a waiver. She's been corresponding with the people in registration department and still moving ahead with that. Like, she had an audition yesterday for a, was it yesterday? Yesterday, the day before yesterday, for a, I think it was yesterday, for a, you know, for the choir, the chorus, and she made like the top, you know, singing group, like they putting her in the top, you know, the university singers. She didn't get a scholarship because the application process was interesting about the college scholarship, so we'll see. Maybe next semester she'll get a scholarship to sing with them, or next year, I guess they said, to get a scholarship to sing with them. We'll see. And that would cut the price in half, but it was going to cost $3,600 for room and board, because she's going to be staying at a lower cost dorm. So we have no idea what that is, and they're like, and move-ins tomorrow. They're like, well, we can make another arrangement with you for a move-in, but nothing, you know. Yeah, we understand it's short notice. We can make another arrangement for you. So we don't have anything prepared. Like, we have to go to Walmart and get bedding and, you know, whatever things that she thinks she's gonna need to get, and she has to pack up her stuff and go be on campus tomorrow. Which is like exciting, but it's like whoa, like it's evening. We just got this message. It's like, I don't know what time it is because my watch is clearly, I'm in America, so my watch is on Kuwaiti time. Yeah, I don't know what time it is, but it's getting dark, as you can see. So it's probably like around 7:30, 8 o'clock. We just got this information on our way in. So she's looking online, looking at, she's probably just, you know, getting prepared to see what, like, she was looking online trying to see if she can see what the housing looks like. And yeah, so I came here because I'm starting to freaking out because my whole life is going to, like, boom, like, change. Like, it's like I know you guys are like, you knew this, but no, I didn't. Like, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking, like, you know, focusing on the job, you know what I mean? And like thinking that there were so many options of like her being here, like more likely for her to be here in the house. And I don't know, like, be in my life, like be in the house when I come back, and you know what I'm saying, like be still in my life, you know what I mean, like a major part, like in my life, like in the house, in the family, even though I wasn't going to be here. But now, and I was going to stay here, you know, and have some time to like give her a running start and like help her get adjusted and like see how things are and like make sure she has a routine and all that kind of stuff. And so it's like now that it's not going to happen, and so now I have to deal with, oh crap, I'm going to be here all by myself. And think about like, what the heck? Because like, when I think about all the things that she does here, like I'm going to make another video about this because this one's getting too long or whatever, but think about all the things that she does around here, how much she helps me, like how much just her like presence. It's like being with a companion, a husband, a wife, like someone who's like always there to talk to. I have a question, I'm like, Lex, you know, like she just, if something comes up, she just comes in my room and starts talking to me, like we live together, you know what I'm saying? And she's my daughter and I like her, and she's very hugely helpful. Like it's easier when you live with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? She's helpful, she's young, she's, you know, smart. It's like, whoa, like my companion here, you know what I mean? Which companions can be like having a companion can be like having like a crutch in whatever kind of way that person provides you companionship. It's like not a crutch, but it's like, yeah, something that helps hold you up, like you're like two legs on the chairs as opposed to like one leg on the chair. And I know it's like not exactly like that because we're two different people, but it's like, I mean, anybody who's lived with a companion knows the difference, like there's a difference between living with a companion and not, you know what I'm saying? So, and I understand you're saying, well, she's not your companion, she's your child, but I'm talking about, it doesn't matter what your companion is, whether it's a dog, whether it's a child, whether it's a roommate, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a mother, whether it's a, you know what I'm saying, your living companion, and you're a person, like, she's not just my living companion since she's my daughter, like, we go places and do things together, you know what I mean? So, that's gonna be freaking, my own, there's just two of us, it's gonna be freaking crazy for me. I'm not worried about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about her. Like, she's going to go to school. She's going to meet people. She's going to have her thing. She's going to be fine. She's going to be happy. And I'm happy about that. Like, Diary of a Truth Walker, this is a big blessing. That, like, someone asked me, law of attraction. Someone had a very serious thing happen in their family, and they asked me what I would do if that happened to them. For us, I'm an educator. Alexis was raised in schools. She was raised in the classroom. Like, she has been my companion. She's been there with me I'm talking about when I was single. Then when I got married to her ex-stepfather. Then when my mom was there during that time. Then my mom passed away, and then I got divorced, and then we were on our own, and then we've been through stuff, marriages, deaths, changing careers, moving out of the country, changing our lifestyle, changing so much. Like, we have been through so much together, and I understand she was a child. I'm not saying like she went through things the same way I went through, but I'm just saying like we've been through life changes, like life events together. Moves, different places where we live. We share, like, you know, we share like more history, like of ups and downs. Like in my adult life, I share that with her and her only. There's nobody in my life that I share all those same things with. You know what I'm saying? My mom, part of the fact losing my mom is something that only she and I like experienced in that same way. So it's crazy to even reflect, you know, upon that and look and see like how much our lives have been intertwined, and now I'm gonna have to do something new with my time, my energy, I mean, I don't know what the transition is gonna be. I'm just saying that there's going to be a transition. Like, she's right over there, albeit on, you know, her room on the other side of the house. Fine, but she's right here. I'm not gonna be in the house by myself. Georgia's dark. It's like I haven't lived by myself. That's crazy too. I haven't lived by myself in so long. Georgia's dark. It's funny. It's so funny. Like, I say Georgia's dark because it's like, oh, come home at night and we're like, you know, we have an alarm system and everything, but thank God, because it's kind of creepy for a city girl. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's so dark outside. You can see the stars very well. It's like, that's nice, but whoa, kind of crazy. So I was just saying anyway that we need to get lights on, you know, like we have lights on the outside, but like the kind that motion sensors instead of leaving them on all night. And we're planning to get cameras anyway on the outside. So that's neither here nor there, because that's not about like safety. It's just my mind is wandering. But my hand is getting tired of writing a diary, and I'm just checking in to say that this is a time that of change that I'm about to experience. So I will be continuing to come back, Dear Diary, and talk about how I'm processing things, Dear Diary. Or what's going on or whatever. And thanks for listening, Dear Diary. And that's just real. Like, this is just what it is. I know that there's so many good things about it. It's just a matter of like, how am I gonna set up my life for good? Because I just have to set my life up. You know what I mean? Like, I have to like, now like, I'm gonna be here by myself. So I have to get a life. Get a life. And I've been saying that, and I feel like I've had that in the back of my mind and kind of given myself a little bit of a running start, because I knew it was going to be that way completely in Kuwait. But here I didn't think it was going to be completely like that. I had my mind, you know, kind of like so much preparing for. That's what I'm going to say, that I was telling this person who told me that they had like a really, this is a super long video, I'm sorry. I was telling this person, maybe I'll make it a separate video. Almost like a separate video. Okay. Greetings, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Fit2LuvME. Okay, wait. Alright, so I'm going to close that out, and I'm going to tell the story on a different video. Okay? So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, Dear Diary, and I'll talk to you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ciao, friends.